Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today, Raila Odinga in the company of the Azimio la Umoja leaders issued a press statement on the matters to do with the 2023-2024 financial bill, which seemingly it is coming to torment Kenyans. The poor have been attacked. That bill is going for the middle class, and of course even the rich have been touched. And Emmanuel To from KTN News asked him a question about the issue to do with the bipartisan talk that was about to take place. Of course, in that bipartisan talk, it was all about the cost of living as number one on the list. Then the server and IBIS comes in. So his question was, if what we are seeing as of now, the crafted bill, which seemingly is so much impunitive to the common mwananchi, was that part of the honest discussion that Raila Odinga was going to have, the Azimio team was going to have with the Kenya Kwanza side in the bipartisan talk? That was the question. I wanted to listen to this question, then from here we will go to the Raila Odinga's response, which actually confirms that indeed we might be back to mass action. Okay,
my name is Emmanuel To from KTN News. Number one, Kenya Kwanza commands a sizable majority in both houses. How are you going to oppose this bill when it comes to the House? Number two, you suspended demonstrations to give way for negotiations and talks, and also giving a chance for an honest discussion. Is this honest from Kenya Kwanza that they are increasing taxes, and are you reconsidering going back to the streets for this?
Now, in Raila Odinga's response, he's actually very clear that they were aware, as Azimio, the reason why William Ruto had reached out to them to ask them to consider going back to dialogue after withdrawing Adan Keynan from that talks. Actually, Adan Keynan was a stumbling block because they had to set the rules of discussion. And rules of discussion was that there's no member from the Azimio side who should be sitting in the Kenya Kwanza side in that bipartisan dialogue. Nor either from the Azimio side going there, Kenya Kwanza side coming this other side. So there was a standoff between Adan Keynan and Pogisio. Pogis is from the Kenya Kwanza, from Azimio side, but Kenya Kwanza was claiming to be part of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. But even after Ruto calling off Keynan, Raila still believed that the end reason why William Ruto approached the Azimio was because he was receiving visitors in this country. We had several heads of state visiting the country. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres was visiting this country, and because of that, it was going to paint a bad image about William Ruto, his government, and the politics in this country. So that was one of the reasons why he quickly reached out to Azimio to beg for a dialogue. First of all, listen to Raila Odinga, because Raila Odinga is issuing a 48 hours ultimatum to William Samoei Ruto to either tell his team to behave, or if not, then Azimio will be going for another option going forward. First of all, listen to Raila Odinga while responding to this question. Then from here we'll continue with the discussion to understand which way forward for Azimio and what should we anticipate for in this country as far as the Kenyan politics is concerned.
Are going to hurt ordinary common men whom they say they are going to assist through a bottom-up approach. With regard to the talks, first, we acted in good faith to call off the demonstrations last Thursday because Kenya Kwanza had approached us and said that they were ready now for talks and that we are going to remove Mr. Kenan, whom they had put in as among one of their delegates. But we knew that the real reason why they're doing it is because they are expecting the visitors were coming into town. And they did not want demonstrations at that time. But we did act in good faith ourselves because they said they were serious. Now we are seeing signs of reluctance. We're seeing signs of reluctance. Now all members of the other side are not available. They don't have a quorum to begin the discussions and so on. We have given them today and tomorrow. We have said that the talks must start in earnest on Wednesday. And if the delegation is not ready by Wednesday, we will treat that gentleman's agreement as cancelled. And we will then now explore other options available to us as a Azimio.
Now we are continue with the opinion and discussion. But just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To the returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And back to this discussion. Now, personally, I don't see any problem if visitors who are going to come to this country and find out that Kenyans are demonstrating because the president, their host, has made life difficult for Kenyans. There was no big problem. It was good they know that Ruto is actually making life so much expensive, and we have people who are sleeping hungry in this country. Because number one on the list of demonstration or mass action was the high cost of living. Because Ruto is painting a different image outside there to an extent of taking food from this country and giving us aid to other countries. He did it in South Sudan. He did it in Somalia. But our people were dying here in Turkana, in Garissa, in Lower Eastern, hata huku Central na Western, hata Nyanza. It was everywhere. But we saw Aden Duale loading a whole aircraft with the food, taking outside. So it was good for them to know, no, the situation here on the ground is different. I don't know why Azimio called off the mass action. But again, you will agree with me that most of the people who support Raila Odinga, including those who are voting for William Ruto, they were not happy when Raila again agreed to go back to a dialogue and call off the mass action. People were not happy because already they had read the mind of one William Samoei Ruto. And they have realized through the manner in which Ruto is talking, listen to Gachagua, and what the government is doing, they had no any goodwill to make life affordable. And if they were going to open server, they had played with the servers. But again, Raila was very clear that it is all about forensic audit. The only thing that Ruto is willing to sort out with Raila Odinga, it is just IBC commissioners. That one is willing. Cost of living is not ready. Opening server, he's frustrated with that. Now, the question was all about this new bill, 2023-2024 financial bill that is targeting the middle class with a small, medium enterprise, the poor of the poorest people down there on the ground. And again, of course, that 5% is targeting people who are earning $500 million plus. Sasa kama uko hapo nyinyi watu wa middle class, they are coming for you. You might end up going home with 200,000 only. You put their taxes, pay as you earn, and all those other taxes they put in, utaenda nyumbani na 200,000 kutoka kwa nusu milioni. Mambo imechemka huko. So you see this bill, it tells you that there is nothing about cost of living being discussed in that dialogue that will come out to help anyone. No. Ona vile wanataka kutax watu. Sasa watu nasemanga watu wa saluni. Saluni ni nyingi kwa hii nchi na kinyozi na zinasaidia hustlers. They're coming for you. They want to tax you heavily. Now tell me, house levy is coming. When you do mobile transaction, digital transactions, they're coming for you. We have discussed all this. So tell me, if that is the direction, already Ruto is showing the lack of goodwill in that discussion. Ameshatoa makucha, tumeona. Na kwa sababu ametoa makucha, kuna haja ya kuwa na majadiliano kweli. For me, I don't believe that Ruto has any goodwill. So even if Ruto will call for this bipartisan dialogue to continue, still they may not agree on the issue of lowering down the cost of living. Because of this, Raila should abandon the 48 ultimatum hours and just think about the means in which he can popularize to push this government to a corner so that they can wake up and understand that indeed they need to have a humanity heart. Ruto is a heartless man. He don't care. For him, he is targeting to collect taxes. But we know, and Raila had already spoke to that issue of overspending. The issue is not that we don't have money. They are not stopping corruption. Walirudishia Gachagua ile pesa yenye alikuwa amechukua ya corruption, 200 million, and many other individuals, pesa walirudishiwa. Hiyo ilikuwa ni pesa ya wananchi. Sasa tuko na shida. So it shows that Ruto has no any plan to fight corruption, and therefore they are going to glorify corruption. Those CASs, 50 of them, we don't need them. They have been in trips in and out every time. We don't need. So here is where we are as of now. It tells you that there was no goodwill. Ruto was just looking for a short-term peace to sort out the visitors, then back to factory setting. Ruto na tabia yake haibadiliki. So the only way is just mass action. Let it be worse for him so that he cannot be in a position to collect taxes, so that he will fail his targets. Then from there, he will then come and sit down with Kenyans and agree in a public participation the manner in which he can tax, not those impunitive taxes. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation. Thank you and see you in our next video.